Now at 6, the fate of a former TikTok personality accused of murdering his wife in the hands of a jury this morning.
We all have kids and we all have concerns.
Some neighbors are worried about plans up for discussion today involving a property in North County.
Bill had the greatest zest for life of anyone I've ever known.
He loved his hometown. He was very proud of San Diego.
Very proud of San Diego. Yes, he was. A look back at the life of basketball legend and San Diego icon, Bill Walton.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday. Hope you had a nice Memorial Day weekend. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Irampur. Yeah, thank you for being with us. Starting off, the routine again.
Yeah,
After
here we go.
Maybe 3 days off. Here we are, back in the groove, and yes, back to the gray skies. I know it's a bummer to see this, but hey, we got to embrace it because this is what we are dealing with throughout the month of May. I know Memorial Day, we thought we'd get a little sun, a view like that, but that did not happen along the coastline. This is our view from Mount Soledad. Obviously, a little fog to join you this morning. 59 degrees. It does look like the clouds are sitting right along the foothills of our mountains this morning. So downtown, you're at 59 degrees. A lot of you waking up to upper 50s. There might be the mist in the air and the fog, and especially in Ramona right now. Look at that. Visibility just dropped moments ago to 0. So be careful. 2.5-mile visibility in Otay. Fallbrook at 3-mile visibility. It's a little better along the coast, but still something to watch out for. Give yourself a little extra time this morning. And now our top story here. Jury deliberations scheduled to continue today in the double murder trial of a former TikTok star.
Ali Abulaban has admitted to killing his wife and her friend at an East Village apartment back in 2021. CBS 8's Chris Groh live downtown with what a criminal attorney says about the charges Abulaban is facing, but also how his behavior in court could play a role in this. Chris.
Yeah, that's been the big question because so far right now, so much of the attention in this case has been paid to the fact that Ali Abulaban went on the stand himself. A maneuver, a strategy that many legal experts go back and forth on whether or not a defendant should actually take the stand. And in that testimony, we did see some outbursts from Abulaban aimed towards some of the prosecution's line of questioning. And so how will that have an effect? How will the jury even begin to decide how they shift through the different versions of charges, considering the fact that Abulaban also has not denied that he killed his wife, Anna, and her friend Ray Barone inside of that high-rise apartment in October of 2021. Well, we went and took these questions to a criminal defense attorney not associated with the case, Gretchen Von Helms. Now, what she told us is that a way the jury works is that they'll start at voluntary manslaughter and then work their way up. They'll go around the room during deliberations. If everyone agrees on at least voluntary manslaughter, they'll move to second-degree murder and so forth until there's a break, and then there begins that discussion. As for the courtroom outburst, it could really go either way, according to Von Helm. She says it could work out in the defense's favor because they're arguing that this was a murder that was carried out due to a mental breakdown, that this happened as some sort of a crime of passion fueled by drugs and so forth. And the prosecution is saying that this was premeditated.
Show me what you just said. We're not going to breeze over that. You're not going to paint me as something I'm not.
If you can get a defendant to blow up at you on a domestic violence killing case, then it shows that that guy has anger. And so she very cleverly just was pick, asking him question after question after question to get him to explode. And he exploded on her. And then the jury can think, oh, maybe that's what he did with his wife.
Now, Abulaban is, again, spending years in prison as, no matter what happens, but the big question will be if it will be life in prison. Eric and Netta.
All right, Chris, thanks for the update. And today, the Vista City Council will discuss the future of Green Oak Ranch, which is up for sale. We're working for you to find out what changes could be happening here. For decades, it has hosted RV parking for low-income families and summer camps. Now, county supervisors are negotiating a possible purchase of the property for a new mental health hub. Supervisor Jim Desmond is calling for a referral-only sober living recovery program, as well as psychiatric care with 24/7 supervision and security. People living near the property have concerns.
We've heard 1,000 beds possible. We've heard 200 beds. The story's changed on what exactly is going to happen, so we don't know.
The council will talk about this in a closed session at 4 p.m. Then a large group of neighbors is expected to speak out at the regular public meeting after that. However, this issue is not on the agenda. He loved basketball, he loved bike riding, and he loved San Diego. This morning, tributes are pouring in for Bill Walton, who has died at 71 years old following a battle with cancer.
NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar posting on X saying the world feels so much heavier now. He says, quote, on the court, Bill was a fierce player, but off the court, he wasn't happy unless he did everything he could to make everyone around him happy.
Actor and comedian Adam Sandler posted on Instagram saying, love you, Bill. Gonna miss you. We all are. The Celtics and Pacers also honored Walton before their game last night.
We ask you to join us in a moment of silence to honor one of the most influential and beloved figures in NBA history, Bill Walton.
And now Walton was also known for his generosity, donating his time to help many local nonprofits. Here's CBS 8's Steve Price with a look back at his life.
So I'm the luckiest, proudest dude in the world.
Bill Walton's infectious smile gone too soon. The La Mesa legend who went to Helix High School and played for the San Diego Clippers, went to college out of town and played for other NBA teams, but he never forgot his local roots.
This is a sad day and a huge loss.
CBS 8's former sports director Ted Leitner calls Walton the greatest player ever to come out of San Diego in any sport. He won 2 national championships at UCLA, 2 NBA championships, and was enshrined in Pro Basketball's Hall of Fame in 1993. But it was Walton's personality off the court that scored big with those who knew him.
Bill had the greatest zest for life of anyone I've ever known. Just unbelievable, just mind-boggling. You talk about one of these guys where they talk about gets up and opens the curtains and good morning, how you doing? I mean, and not phony, not a phony bone in his body. He just loved life.
His pro career was cut short by injuries. He had at least 3 dozen surgeries, but he refused to let that stop him from enjoying life. Whether it's throwing out the first pitch at a Padres game or riding his bike around town, Walton was a familiar face across the county.
He loved his hometown. He was very proud of San Diego, and he wanted it to be special.
Former Aztecs coach Steve Fisher says Walton always made time for everyone, even strangers. He says Walton helped him promote the team, land great recruits, but that was the thing about Bill. If you were helping San Diego, he wanted to help you.
If you say, can you come and be at this fundraiser? He was there. He did so much for so many people in this area,
including the San Diego YMCA, which has this statue outside their facility in Mission Valley. The Y issuing a statement saying, in part, Walton has left an incredible mark on San Diego by being a passionate force for boundless generosity and unwavering determination to inspire those around him. Walton died following a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Steve Price, CBS 8.
Walton supported the local nonprofit Lucky Duck Foundation, which aims to prevent homelessness. The organization's CEO says, in part, quote, Bill was extraordinarily compassionate and passionate about aiding those in need and not afraid to speak his mind if he thought it would help others.
And Mayor Todd Gloria released a statement saying, in part, quote, San Diego mourns the loss of the legendary Bill Walton today. He was a towering figure in basketball and broadcasting, as well as a civic icon who loved his hometown. Very true. I mean, you could tell anyone that really was a supporter of San Diego, as Steve said. I mean, he was there supporting their cause. He would come on our show often. And a lot of us had a chance to interview him. And I remember being very starstruck when I first met him. I was like, whoa, he's here. And he was so friendly and warm that it was like instantly any nerves would go away.
Absolutely. So, a big teddy bear, that's for sure. A couple of years ago, Walton gave me some tips before I threw out the first pitch at a Padres game.
You come back, right? You come back, and then you got to lift that leg up. Lift that leg up, and that's what's going to give you the whole power to come right in.
Yeah.
And you just, okay, and then follow through on the follow through. So,
Because your second one was a nice strike that you threw.
because I was warmed up from the first one. So you got to get over there and you got to have a good time with it. Know that you're a champion.
Okay.
Believe, the confidence, the perseverance.
Wish
the
us luck,
dedication.
Bill.
Eric, you got it.
All right, thank you.
2 L's. Go Padres.
All right, go
Here we go.
Padres.
Strike. He's out of there.
See, that's the energy I just
so
loved
good.
about him. Yeah, he said,
Oh,
go
yeah.
up there and act like you're a champion.
Right,
Like
you're a
he actually
champ.
gave me a ton of confidence up there.
He's a natural motivator, right?
He
Like
is.
inspiring man
And
in
he's
many
pretty
ways.
tall, as you
Very
saw in that
tall, right?
picture there.
Oh, I'm glad you had that moment with him and
Yeah,
got advice from him. And,
a huge personality who will be deeply missed.
Very
Bill
much
Walton,
so, yeah.
71 years old.
All right, let's turn to our forecast here this morning. It is now 6:10, and as you're waking up, I know waking up to a little bit of gray sky yet again, but we could still enjoy these beautiful views of San Diego, the city we love so much, and it is still going to be, a cloudy morning each morning. So hey, it's not quite going to leave us yet. Looking at the fog right now, Ramona is still at 0 visibility. Otay, this is a place, just heads up if you're driving there along the border at all. San Ysidro maybe. It does look like the clouds are sitting fairly low this morning, which we haven't really had to deal with for the past several days. Fallbrook visibility is at 3. Here's a look at your satellite imagery, pretty widespread as you can see. And then the forecast here does show that the clouds are going to retreat back, but then there's a layer of clouds that are going to come right back in. So I don't know if today's going to bring us much sunshine. It may just stay gray. Tomorrow, though, it does look like we'll get early morning clearing, and the sun should be out for much of the day tomorrow. We're starting a warming trend today through Thursday before we see temperatures drop a little bit, but no major fluctuations. Upper 60s for your highs. That's downtown today. Mid to upper 70s for many inland spots. Here's a look at traffic right now. Drive times are looking great. If you're on the 5 southbound between the 54 and the border, it will take you 9 minutes. So as you can see, speeds, no major issues there. Looking at some crashes, though, these just popped up here on our maps. And the first one there, crash on Coffeeberry at San Diego Mission Road. Also, there's a crash on the entry ramp to the 94 westbound. That's from Broadway, right around the Lemon Grove area. So that might slow you down, but for now, I don't see speeds slowing because of those. And now look at your border wait times from Customs and Border Protection. Yes, back to busy. 150 minutes for that general line at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. 85 minutes for the general line at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Eric?
Still ahead of your closing arguments begin in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. Could he actually face time in jail if convicted? Plus, brand new information out of Israel after a fire killed civilians in Rafah. And the death toll rises after storms hit several states. And the danger is not over yet.